Hello, Tampa Bay. Jim Gaffney, hope you're well. Just checking in. We have a special guest here today. Her name is Stephanie Alfonso. She is with Elm Street Technology. Stephanie, how you doing?
Good. Thanks, Jim. How is everyone? Hope everyone's well.
We're doing good. We're doing good. So we're getting ready for the holidays over here.
Yes.
So part of getting ready for the holidays is getting ready to work harder and to get more business. And Stephanie's going to talk a little bit about social media. And, Stephanie has a long resume in social media coaching, social media, management, getting visibility, getting trust through your online presence. And we're just going to do a little Q&A with Stephanie today, since she's been around a lot more than I have as it relates to social media. So Stephanie, tell me, you hear the word social media all the time. Hey, you gotta get involved with social media. And I mean, as it relates to salespeople, as it relates to specifically real estate agents, why social media? What's the why behind the social media?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows it's the thing, but what is it? So really and truly, in a nutshell, social media is the quickest and easiest way to be able to be in front of hundreds to potentially thousands of people with the click of a button. According to NAR last year, 83% of all transactions were procured from an agent's sphere of influence. Their friends, their family, their friends, their family. So 83% of all transactions. So that's huge. So I definitely feel like, the numbers don't lie, that social media, it truly is leading the way as far as agents getting visibility, and that eventually, or I should say ultimately, becoming the way that business is being done and deals are being closed.
Good stuff. So I see, we're all on Facebook, right? And we see a lot of content from real estate agents. Some of it seems really professional. Some of it seems maybe younger in its maturity as far as the content. So give us an example. So I'm a real estate agent. I want to get some visibility. I have a listing. What's an example of good content compared to not good content? What would you suggest a good content be, in what form?
So I truly, we talk a lot about content when we consult with agents, when we hold our boot camps, and honestly and truly, number one, I'm going to say that as long as a real estate agent is consistent with valuable information, that's the key. So consistency. And then as far as content is concerned, what I tell agents when consulting with them is, listen to people. What are people asking you day in and day out? What is your sphere asking you? The questions about, is it a buyer or seller's market? How can I get pre-approved for a loan? Can I get pre-approved with not great credit? All of those questions that people ask you when they know you're a real estate agent, they're not only asking you, but they're asking Google and the search engines. So we encourage real estate agents, to be providing that content at least once a week, whether it be, again, real estate information, or, lifestyle content, how to paint a room and make it look bigger, how to child-proof your home, don't make these 3 big mistakes, that type of thing. And that consistent content is what's going to create that visibility and ultimately that top-of-mind marketing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How about the combination of posting professional content? So, for example, a listing or, a how-to or today's market value type of information, compared to what portion should that be compared to about them as an individual, personal information? Because people want to work with people, and sometimes you identify with someone who you like and who you have similar interests to. So how important is it to also be human and be vulnerable and be like the family person, but also be the real estate professional? How much should those two things cross each other?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely professional platforms, and there's also business platforms, okay? And there's way to utilize both. Now, I would say when I train agents all the time, Zig Ziglar said it best: people want to do business with people they like, right? So with the use of Facebook Live, videos, photos, posting about interests. I tell real estate agents all the time, okay, you're realtors. but your people, so what is it that interests you? Maybe you're into boating or fishing or crafting or, working out or whatever it is that makes you uniquely you. You definitely want to showcase that on your social media, even on your business page. But I think that it's really important that you're also providing that consistent real estate information, again, lifestyle content, content that's going to be interesting to everyone. Because when I train agents, I tell them, I see agents all the time that are posting, new listing, open house, change in market, new listing. But that's only interesting to me if I'm in the market, if I'm actually interested in real estate. So we want to encourage consistent content that's valuable to everyone, as well as, of course, posting, their listings, their sold listings, their, any type of status change in the MLS as well.
Gotcha. Stephanie, what's an example of like not good content? I don't want to point out anyone who's posting not good content, but just so people can learn that a listing, what's an example of like not good content, like a listing? I mean, using your own camera phone to take photos of the property, or I see a lot of people doing Facebook Live. I personally think that's pretty cool. And added on top of it, what's an example of not a good post that you would not recommend?
Okay, well, I would recommend, number one, anything that is constant and irrelevant. We all have that friend that might wake up in the morning and post a picture of their breakfast and, ramble on all day long about what they're doing. And at the end of the day, they're posting a picture with their feet up and their glass of wine saying, "Good night, Facebook." And you're just like, ay, ay, ay. So you want to be posting content that's going to be relevant and consistent, not content. So that's number one. But when we talk about listings, the biggest mistake that I'll see is agents will get their Facebook business page, check that off the list, great. Then they'll go to post their listings. They'll take a bunch of great photos, put it on their social media and say, "Hey, everyone, great new listing, 123 Main Street, call me," with their phone number. But the problem with that is there's no lead capture on a post like that. There's absolutely no way for me to be able to search for more listings through that post if I were to be interested in, other type of properties. Or worse, if I was not even really interested in the market and that post kind of got me, it piqued my interest a little bit, there's no way for me to be able to even like I said, search the MLS for more listings or get full listing sheet to find out more about that property with that type of post. So what we encourage and what we train agents to do is to optimize their listing posts. And what that is in essence, it's a link to a website, blog, or landing page from that post that you will be able to have full listing sheet, IDX search capabilities to search the entire MLS, and of course, lead capture. So there's a big difference between I post my listings and I optimize my listing posts. And
right.
That's what we're trying to encourage agents to be doing.
Gotcha. The latter seems as though there's more of a take action opportunity to it rather than just having a viewer.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's no way to know if anybody looked at that kind of post. Yeah. There's also, with an optimized post, you can like, comment, or share. So maybe I'm not interested in that property, but I definitely know one of my friends online is, and I can tag them on it or share that with them.
Good. Appreciate that. Good input there. So Stephanie, I'm a new real estate agent. I just got my license. I'm walking out of my licensing class today, let's say.
Right. You're on fire and excited.
I'm on fire. I'm excited. And, I'm going to hit the market. I want everybody to know who I am and what I do. And, so from a social media perspective, where does that new agent start? They're on a budget.
Yeah.
Can't go crazy with costs. They want to get visible. They want to, get some trust within their community. But what does that person do? They just got their license. They're walking out into the real estate world. Mm-hmm. What would you recommend to that newer agent?
Okay, so for that new agent, I think just self-branding is so important. I would encourage them that to be on all platforms of social media. All platforms that are going to increase SEO, search engine optimization. So that would be, of course, getting a robust, dynamic IDX website, and then also having consistent activity on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. Okay, being on all the platforms is so important because there's a different dynamic on every platform. You know, the number one dynamic on Twitter are the millennials, the younger generation. You know what I mean? Just for example, every platform has a different demographic. And then I would honestly think to myself, what is the best use of my time? I'm a new agent. I know I need to be self-branding, and I know I need to be getting out there, and I need to be getting visible. You know, we kind of joke and say, kissing hands and shaking babies, right? That's the opposite. And so I would really try to just assess what is the best use of my time. And I would probably want to partner with some company that would be able to provide that for me, that would be able to provide a consistent presence online to help me with content that's going to be self-branded to me, not content that's going to be, driving people to other sites and other domains, and just getting that whole system in place to where I've got the website, I've got the social media, which is the strongest marketing tool at our fingertips, right? And having that strong presence there, I think, is going to be the best start. As a new agent, I wouldn't want to spend my time behind a computer doing it. I would want to be out there in the community and becoming that community expert, and knowing that I have that handled, so that would be, does that answer your question?
It does. Yeah. I like it. And I like that you went in the direction of, was it Thomas Edison says, success looks a lot like, is it hard work, and comes dressed in overalls and looks a lot like hard work. So
right.
No matter what, you got to get out there and get after it. So
absolutely.
Stephanie, Alfonso, thank you for joining us, guys. If you want to see Stephanie in person, look out for an invite. We'll be having Stephanie be speaking in our market soon, so stay tuned for an invitation to hear Stephanie go into more depth about social media. I like the YouTube piece. I'd love to hear more about that live.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll also have Stephanie's contact information at the bottom of this post. So guys, thank you for joining. Stephanie, Alfonso, Elm Street Technologies. Thanks for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye-bye, Stephanie.